Welcome to Fire Leo Tarot. I am a tarot reader and intuitive. Shout out to all my lovely Fire Leos. Happy Saturday. All right, Leo, so let's see where we are. Let's take a look at your overall energy. Four of Wands, a celebratory energy we have here. Okay, April could be a significant month. I'm also getting something about Aries season could be significant, right? Which does take part partially in April as well. So let me know down below. Does not have to. But with the 1111 card popping out as your overall energy, I feel like, Leo, you miss having fun, or you're planning something, or you feel like you should be celebrated more. You should be, I don't know. This feels like a Leo who's like, damn, like I really am that girl. I'm really that guy. And I just feel like that needs to be acknowledged more, perhaps by a lover, perhaps by coworkers, perhaps by friends and family. It's almost this energy where possibly you've been feeling underappreciated. So now it's like you're celebrating yourself. So some of you guys are getting new clothes, going out, feeling good, calling up friends, maybe going on solo dates, which I am a big proponent of. Listen, I'd rather go on a solo date sometime than look at somebody in their face the whole night. You know, I'd rather do my own thing. But anyway, I just feel like there's this vibe with you, Leo, that is very much needed. It's fun, it's lighthearted, and I'm really, quite frankly, I'm loving seeing you in this energy. I feel like, Leo, aside from even the person we pulled energy from, this just feels like what's going on in your life. I feel like you have something to celebrate, though. Like, literally, you've been intuitively feeling this for a while. Pisces season could be significant. I'm also getting something about the 23rd or the 2nd. I don't know, how that could relate. Let me know down below. But I just feel this sense of a new beginnings with the Fool card. There's something that you're abandoning, whether it's old modes of thinking that were not helpful, whether it's anxiety, depression, a spirit of sadness, right? I feel like all of that you're really releasing. And I feel like it's due time, Leo. I'm excited. All right, some of you guys are also about to stumble upon a relationship. Unbeknownst to you, you're just like, I'll just have faith. All right, the amethyst stone could also be very significant to your life. Let me get one more card on you, Leo. Then I'm going to get a little more deeply into your person. All right, because we definitely have some energy out here for them. 5 of Cups. Okay. So something about the past is playing a huge factor into why you are where you are today and why you're celebrating like you are, or you're about to be celebrating like you are. I feel like you look back at the past ways that you've self-sabotaged, not sabotaging connections. I feel like maybe that happened too. But I feel like, Leo, you're looking at yourself like, damn, like I really didn't set myself up for success in XYZ, whether it was a relationship, work, or whatever. I don't know exactly how it's going to relate to each of you guys' life, but I just feel like you look back and sometimes you get sad. Maybe you even cry, right? And I also am very big on embracing your feelings. They're fleeting. They're there for a minute and they go away. So let that process happen, Leo. All right, so I got a good gist on you. I'm really loving that. And the card that came out for your person when I meditated to see how they're truly feeling about you at this time, we pulled faster than you think. Right, so when I pulled this, my first thought was like, okay, so this person thinks that my Leo thinks that usually they move extremely slow, whether they're slow to answer a text, slow to give you commitment, slow to acknowledge certain things that they've put you through, or lack of accountability. But I feel like this person is realizing that speed will work in their favor. Like they need to speed this shit up. Okay, so I don't know what it is that they need to speed up, but they need to move a bit more quickly, because I feel like, Leo, you either could be hopping into a new relationship or you're going to be celebrating some victory and it has nothing to do with them. That's just what I'm getting. All right, but when I clarified this card faster than you think, we pulled I have been working on myself. Right, so this card lets me know that this person in you guys' time of not being together, or you guys' time of being at odds, they have been doing quite a bit of work on themselves. I think they realize their shortcomings. And I think I just got, Leo, like you've made it like abundantly clear that this person had some bullshit that they needed to work through. All right, so I don't know what you said or how you acted or what, but it's just like you brought it to light. Like, if you had a flashlight, you put it right on this person's shit and you made them look at it. You're like, look. All right. So I don't know. I don't know what that is. I just feel like that's a metaphor for maybe you just bringing something to their attention that you thought they had a hard time really seeing. Because it's like, if you really see your shit, you wouldn't be doing it. What is this? Let's see what this is. Okay. What are they working on? What are they working on, Spirit? And what do they feel like my Leo brought to light? What did my Leo bring to light? Okay. So Leo, what you brought to light, we have obsessions and addictions, right? So this makes me feel like they had some habits, right? Some poor relationship habits, poor life habits, just poor, right? And I feel like that's something that you were just annoyed by. Like you like this person, Leo, or you could even love them. We'll see. I don't know. But they have a dimension to them that you don't really care for, right? You're like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe they have some sort of addiction. It's an ick for you, or the way that they speak, the way that they speak to you, the fact that they haven't really done the inner work that you'd like them to do, and it shows. And I think that's kind of what turns you off about this person. I'm getting a turn off. All right, so they know that you don't really care for whatever this is. They could also have some sort of addiction, right? Could be addiction, could mean a myriad of things, whether it's addiction to social media, addiction to alcohol or drugs, drinking and drugging out here. I don't know, but you didn't like it, and I feel like you might have brought light to it. Oh wow, okay. So what the Leo brought light to, in terms of what this person needs to work on, we have boundaries. Right? So I'm getting a couple different messages with this. So one, your person perhaps needed to work on boundaries within the relationship, meaning that maybe they let a third party influence them into not really being the stand-up guy or stand-up woman. Maybe there's a friend group that you don't like, a particular friend, or certain things that they do. I also feel like you felt as though here, Leo, or at least this person thinks that you felt like they needed to respect your boundaries, right? It's like, if we're not together and I'm telling you that, or if we're not together and you're acting that way, then I expect for you not to want wifely duties from me, or husbandly duties, or girlfriendly duties, vice versa. Like, don't expect that from me if you know that we're just, a situationship or whatever. So I feel like there's a few issues that you have with this person, but they are aware of this shit. All right, they're very aware of it. All right, let me get more into you, Leo. What are you wanting with this person at this time? You got the Knight of Cups. Okay. Leo's like, can I have a little charm? Like a date night? Something sincere? Damn, like, what is this? Why is the Knight of Cups here? From what my Leo wants. Four of Pentacles, bottom deck, Ace of Swords. Okay, so overall, I feel like you want some really honest communication. And for some of you guys, this is only going to resonate for a few of you, so I'm going to stay here quickly, or go over this quickly. But I feel like you want this person to be honest about work or their money situation or what they're really doing. And I feel like it's not anything like super underhanded, but I just feel like there's this vibe where it's like, what the fuck are you really doing? Like, do you have a job? Are you really, what's going on at work? Like, what's your situation? I feel like you want them to speak about that. All right, I'm going to move on from that. Let me know down below. But for the most part, for many of you guys, I feel like you just simply want truth and clarity. You want to know what really goes on in the recesses of this person's mind. Like, what really goes on in your mind? I feel like you wouldn't have such a need to get in their mind if you knew it, right? Like, so there's certain things that you just simply have to assume about this person because they're not the most forthcoming when it comes to how they truly feel. All right, so it's like they say, they're working on themselves, or this is their energy toward you. Like, I'm working on myself, Leo, because you've brought to light some of my shortcomings. Yes, that's great. But I feel like you want to go a little bit deeper. It's like, okay, what exactly are you working on? Some of you guys are wondering, are you even working? Okay, do you have a job? Are you getting a check? Okay, are you self-sufficient? Something as like low level as that, Leo, for some of you guys. Oh my God. Ooh, okay. But for what my Leo wants, we got the Knight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like you just want to feel like you dating somebody, Leo. Like, you want to feel like you're dating somebody. I just got this energy that came over the reading. It was very quick, but it's like an energy of emergency. I don't know. Maybe somebody was out and had to go really quickly, or maybe somebody's putting out some sort of fire. Maybe somebody's a firefighter or something, or working toward that. Maybe that's what they're working toward and not saying shit. They want to pop out doing their big one. Okay, relax. But yeah, back to this energy, the Knight of Cups. So I just feel like, Leo, you just want some attention. You want to feel pursued. With the Four of Pentacles, there's also this side of you that wants to feel like this person really honors you. Like they want to hold you close. Like, this is somebody who won't let you go. And I think we all have a need for that, right? Like that doesn't seem too tall of a task to just want to feel wanted. I think that's just what this is. Okay. What does my Leo feel like they haven't been getting from this person? What does my Leo feel like they have not been getting from this person? Three of Wands. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I feel like overall, Leo, for what you feel like you have not been getting from said person, you just feel like progress, it's made, right? I don't want to make it seem like you guys don't make any progress, but it just seems like it's not tangible progress. Like you can't do anything with it. It's almost like I'm just seeing, like, think about like a 401k or an investment account growing and say you can't touch it till you're 65. It's like, okay, great. I got all that money in there, but hopefully I make it to damn 65. That I get to enjoy that. You know, it's almost like watching something progress, but not being able to take part in it. I think the watching of it, Leo, gave you some sort of satisfaction for some time. But now that you realize you've been in the watching energy or the waiting energy for a longer time than you want to, it's not as fruitful as it used to be. It's not as fulfilling of a feeling. I don't know if I'm making that clear. Let me know down below. But I just feel like you want more progress in this union, progress that you can actually feel like, wow, this is great. All right, let me get into your person. All right, so I see where you're at here, my lovely Leos. All right, let's get into this person. So can you talk more, Spirit, to the faster than you think? What is this? What is this energy that this person has toward my Leo? When they last thought of my Leo, what was their most prominent energy here, Spirit? What was their most prominent energy? Okay, we got the King of Pentacles. Clarify the King of Pentacles, please. Okay, so I feel like your person is almost... And I just got a Leo, like, almost what? Like, you're always almost about to do something, almost on the precipice of some major breakthrough, but it's like, damn, when the fuck is it going to be done? When is it going to be done? When are you going to arrive at the destination? And I'm saying that because we pulled the King of Pentacles for their energy toward you when they last thought of you. This is beautiful energy, honestly. Because this is somebody who really wants to provide, someone who wants to really care for you. They see stability. They see long-term energy. I feel like this person is also very, very well read, or at least they pretend to be. I don't know, but they seem like it, or I don't know, Leo. Because I'm 50-50 here. For some of them, they like to act like they're some wordsmith, or that they're some damn Einstein, but really they're not, and it just makes them look even more ignorant. All right, but for some of you guys, they really are. All right, maybe be even what is the word? I think a polyglot, when you know more than 3 languages or something like that. Let me know, or correct me down below in the comments. But yeah, so I just feel like some of you guys are dealing with someone who is very intelligent, but they haven't been able to really, that intelligence doesn't show in other places in their life or something like that. All right. But yeah, with the King of Pentacles, it could be dealing with an earth sign. The October could have been a significant month for you guys. Yeah, definitely October. This October and last October, honestly, is what I'm getting. But I am sensing that your person, it's like they're almost done with something. And what is this? Hold on. They're almost done with something. I feel like your person was in the process, or is in the process of releasing some burdens, which making, at the bottom of the deck we have, it's complicated. Like it's not as simple of a fix as it seems. Like, so for example, let's say this person has a lot of shit going on in their life, and you're like, well, all you got to do is this and you're done, or just apply for the job, or just kick that person out, or just say this, put up this boundary. It's not that simple. Or maybe to you it is, but for this person, it seems to have a complexity to it that you may not truly get. All right. And I'm saying that too, because the 10 of Wands is here. And this 10 of Wands, what I like about this card is that this person, it's like they're trucking along, like all these burdens, all this stress, but it's like they left behind 3 wands, and that is lightening the load. And what I love about these wands is that your person set them afire, meaning that it helped illuminate their path so that they continue moving forward. So I feel like this is a necessary 10 of Wands. Your person is using it productively, so your person could actually be working on themselves for real. All right, but tell me more about this. What is this? Okay. Yeah, we have planning and not ready. So I feel like your person is a man with a plan, a woman with a plan. Something about the next month could be very significant. That like Thursday through Saturday. I don't know what that is. But just with this calendar energy here, just reminds me of someone who has a plan, who has an idea, who has an end date. It's like it is coming. Remember, I was like, it's always almost, almost. But when you put a time to it, that's when it becomes something that is actually digestible. Remember earlier, Leah, I was like, you used to feel confident about the fact that you guys were making progress, but as you realized you were waiting and waiting and waiting, and it wasn't tangible, it wasn't anything you saw really come to fruition, it's like, damn, we're really not making progress. But this kind of feels like your person was just moving very slowly. And it makes sense if they were this weighed down with what I'm not understanding, Leo, but I just feel like your person may have good cause for this shit. I don't know. You could be dealing with a water sign. I'm also getting something about Taurus season. Some of you guys are not talking to this person at all. Let me get another Burning Love Oracle. What is this? I was selfish and stuck in my ego. Okay, so I don't know how that's going to resonate, but the King of Pentacles can be have quite the ego or arrogance, I'll say. Give me more on this person's energy toward my Leo. All right, we have message, and the exclamation mark, as you guys know, conveys a sense of urgency, right? So I feel like this person has to say something to you that they've been wanting to say for a while. So yeah, Leo, I'm going to overturn these cards in the extended. I want to get your person's next actions toward you, how they're truly feeling but do not have the courage to say, as well as what you're not expecting and the likely outcome. If you're interested, everything is down below in the description to the extended. See you in a minute, Leo.